guys, what's happening? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in and coming back and watching. I appreciate it, and I want to do a quick video about street photography, cityscapes, things like that, and 5 reasons why I think it's just a fantastic thing to do. The first reason is that it's very accessible. Like, you don't have to travel far. You don't, most of us live in cities or near cities, or at least in towns. It doesn't have to be a big city, but it's very accessible because you can just pick up a camera and go shoot. You don't have to plan a big trip. You don't have to orchestrate some massive event or anything like that. It's there. It's accessible, as I said, and you can just get out and go do it right now. The second reason I think it's so awesome is that it doesn't really require any special gear. You can just kind of go shoot with what you have. You don't have to have special gear. This is not like, oh, let me get my tripod, let me get all my filters, let me get 3 or 4 lenses just in case, let me get all this stuff. You can just literally grab your camera with whatever lens is on it and go shoot. And it also doesn't require special cameras or anything like that. I mean, I've taken street photos and cityscape shots with all kinds of cameras. My Sony full frame, my little point and shoot, different lenses. I've even taken some with my iPhone, all of which I find interesting and beautiful in some ways. So it doesn't require like a massive investment of time, effort, or money to get the right equipment. The right equipment. You can just kind of go shoot right now, and I love that about it. The third thing I love about it is it's just a great way to practice and learn and hone your craft. And because it's accessible and doesn't require special gear and all that, as I said, you can just kind of go shoot and practice and not really focus on the outcome as much as the technique and getting better at using your gear and understanding how it works and getting familiar, because there may come a time when you're going to go somewhere far away, across the country or across the globe or whatever, and you want to really know your equipment when you get there. So being able to go take shots, even if cityscapes and street photography is not your thing, as they say, it's a great way to practice and learn and just get better at your craft. There's also a vast amount of subject matter available to you in a city, and so that's another way to hone your craft, is to experiment in shooting different things. You can shoot street scenes, you can shoot architecture, you can do street photography, you can do street portraits, you can shoot macros. You can just find interesting things here and there and practice shooting all kinds of different subject matter in lots of different conditions. And that's just another reason I think it's just such a valuable and fun and interesting type of photography. The fourth thing is that in many ways the light doesn't matter. I mean, with a landscape photograph, you're generally wanting to get there at sunrise or sunset. Like, all the best landscapes are generally taken in the edges of the day. So that means you got to plan, you got to be in the right place, but most importantly, you got to pray and just hope for the great light, because there's no control over that, right? Whereas shooting cityscapes and street scenes, in some ways light doesn't matter. Now, I don't want to say light doesn't matter at all, because obviously light comes into it, but the point of it to me is less about, oh, I got to be there at the right time of day to get the right kind of shots with the right light, but rather, like, I'm out, it's mid-morning, the sun's out, and I'm taking photos, and they're pretty good. These are not award-winning photographs. It's not what I'm trying to do with it. I'm just out trying to shoot, work on my craft, take some photos that maybe I'm going to experiment with in other videos or add to other projects or whatever. So that's just one of the things I like about it, is it's accessible in that way as well, in that you're not committed to, oh, I'm doing this big thing where I got to have the right light and all that. It's just go out and take photos and enjoy it. And the fifth reason is that they don't have to be great photos, to be honest, right? A lot of times when I'm thinking about a trip, I'm always like, oh God, I just want to get great photos. And I used to be that way, especially on the longer or larger trips overseas. And I was always worried, like, what if I don't get great light or whatever? But I don't really think that way anymore. Obviously, I hope for great light, and I want to get great light, because who doesn't? But I don't worry about it, and I don't fret over, is the light going to be good, and get all tense. Because I think a lot of times, I don't think that they have to be amazing photos. I'm not out on assignment, generally speaking, and I'm not out trying to do something that's going to be some award-winning, amazing photograph that no one's ever seen something similar to before. I'm out capturing a place and having fun and enjoying it and investing in my creativity. And that's what I like about that. I don't go out now with the intent to, oh my God, I have to capture some amazing photos. But instead, I'm out there thinking, I want to capture some photos, and I'm going to enjoy the process, and I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it. It's your own unique view of a place, and imperfection is not only okay, it's accepted, and I think many times it's rewarded. And it's just because things aren't perfect, and taking and making the best photograph you can given the conditions that you have, I think is a big deal, and it makes it a lot of fun. So those are 5 reasons I just love taking street photographs, cityscapes, whatever you want to call them. But it's 5 reasons why I just think it's an amazing genre of photography, if you will, and that's why I keep doing it and keep exploring it, and I'll keep talking about it and sharing my photos here. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you have a great day, take care, and adios.